Welcome to this video. You can already see the goal, what I want to show you in this video. It's actually how you can deploy a simple nginx container with Azure and Container Apps. Here you can already find the Azure portal itself. We have a container running here. And now let's jump into our code. That's the code, the Terraform code or opentofu code. What do we need? So let's make that a little bit bigger. What we have here, so we have different files. We have our main.tf, we have our provider configuration, and then we have here just a local variable. We have our resource group. I've deployed it in Sweden Central. Then we will actually set up the container registry here. And what you actually have to do is then also to push, in this case, just for demo purposes, I've already pushed like a simple nginx container. So what I've done is I've done pretty much this command here. So I pulled the latest nginx version. And what is also important is that you actually need a AMD 64 version. So if you have, for example, a different architecture on your machine, then this will not work. The admin password and the credentials are actually disabled because, and that is now the interesting aspect, is we will use Azure Managed Identity. And when we jump quickly back to our portal, we go here to Managed Identity, and here we see this identity, for example. And let's also show what it actually does. And the permission it has those kind of permissions to pull containers. So when we take a look, what is actually defined behind this Azure role, what you can see here it has the pull permission. And that's actually the most important aspect, because otherwise the container app and the whole environment does not have the necessary permissions to actually pull all of the containers. You could potentially also use the system identity, but the main advantage is in this case that you can actually create the user identity first, and then you can assign that to the container apps. So when we go back to our to Visual Studio Code, we can actually see here. So here we have the Azure Container App, and what we could do, for example, in this case, just let's update the number of replicates. So what we do is tofu apply in this case. So I've already deployed everything, and now we obviously want to change the number of replicas. Let's see how. That shouldn't take too long. Yeah, so now it's done. Then we can switch to our portal again, and let's see what we have here. So we have our container app is still running. We have our revision here, and it actually should the number of replicas, active revision. So currently it's scaled down to 0. But here we can actually see what is the minimum and how it has been running pretty much. That is actually everything you need to make it run and actually work with a private container. I hope that helps you a lot in when you want to get started with the Azure Container Apps. And what we could also do for demo purposes is, for example, let's change that to nginx. Then it should hopefully, if everything is working, I haven't tried that before. Yeah, so that will refactor it. I'm currently running in the background the change. So here we have this example container, and I've when we go back to VS Code, yeah, here you can see actually the change I've applied. So instead of calling it example container, it's now called nginx. And when we jump back to our console and we do we probably have to refresh the whole site once more. Yeah, but here we have the new revision, and there you actually also see the minimum of replicas. Yeah, so that's also quite cool. Yeah, that would be it. I mean, the rest is pretty much, I would call, depends on your use cases, how you want to deploy your container Azure apps. But I hope this has been helpful and gives you a good starting point.